of thunderous damage. The thunders from down
5 seconds remaining.
Now they turn onto the rush.
Radiant team.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another cast for the Dota 2 Anzac weekend. I am your favorite caster, hopefully Amiki Kai, bring you to this decider match.
10 seconds remaining.
Match. It was a match that just happened to come through because of
5 seconds remaining.
some issues with a pool play. So we've got an unscheduled match. It is safe to
Reserve time
versus Bigger Nick, and of course the winner of this team will go on to play in tomorrow's top team 4 playoff. The loser will be eliminated from the series. So for each of these teams, it's a critical matchup if they want to progress through to the championship bracket and take out that #1 slot in the weekend that finishes on Monday. So we've got some matches tomorrow at Sunday, and of course the grand finals on Monday. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, Anzac Dota 2 weekend, new group of guys getting together to host New Zealand Dota.
Reserve time.
A little bit of content down here, and these guys are jumping on board to
Dire team pick.
and they're doing a fantastic job as it is so far. But the draft is underway between these two teams. Let's have a look at both these drafts. Team Safe to Leave, they go with an axe ban straight out with a troll. That is a typical 2 bans that we see coming first out of the gate for a lot of teams. Sometimes we see Bat Rider instead of the axe. And this is a typical standard because of the control that they can have over the match, as well as the pushing potential you can come out of Troll. Everyone knows how he works. But with
10 seconds remaining.
So immediately 2 heroes come to mind. I was going to say Juggernaut and Faceless Void. These are
Radiant team pick.
Synergize or counter synergize. You know,
Storm Spirit.
the current meta says that if you have an axe,
Radiant team pick.
he kind of counteracts a little bit the
Dire team pick.
as well as is Faceless. So they've read this correctly. Safe to Leave are going with the current New Zealand or Oceanic meta of banning out an axe and picking up a Juggernaut straight away, and may go into a traditional CM Juggernaut lane or something with a similar impact in terms of being able to lane together for that tri lane. On the side of Bigger Nick, DBN, they pick up a
10 seconds remaining.
Again, these are heroes that are typical that we see within the New Zealand or the Oceanic scene. Lion is the top 98%
Dire team ban
across all tournaments that we see in the Oceanic region. Playing 5-core Lion is very, very common, so he's been picked up straight away. And Storm Spirit, it's a bit of a hit and miss, but in the recent
10
times,
seconds remaining.
Teams that pick up Storm Spirit win. And that is just because of the
5 seconds remaining.
and also the rune control. We know how Storm Spirit can dominate mid. There's not very many heroes that once they
Reserve time.
will control that mid lane, will pick up those runes. In this case, Storm Spirit is one of them, and they'll be looking to potentially ban out a couple of heroes to give Storm Spirit a bit of space, and they start with the sniper ban, so that's a good lead into it, and also with a BB ban for an offlane, so they don't want to go up against a BB in an offlane position, but they've also got some other bans potentially in mind. They might look
10 seconds remaining,
just to ensure that Storm Spirit gets control of the mid, or even
5 seconds remaining.
So a great, at least initial pickups of both teams. They're both revealing a little bit of trump. We've got a safe
Reserve time
coming out with a potential babysitter with the
Dire team ban.
can come through with that. Easy potential first blood with Safe to Leave, with the Juggernaut, with the Vengeful Spirit. On the side of BTN, they pick up the line and the Storm Spirit, so you can kind of see that the Storm Spirit is most likely going to be in the mid. It's not guaranteed, but that's exactly what I'm thinking.
10 seconds remaining.
But there is potential to put them into a tri-lane situation.
5 seconds remaining.
You don't see that a lot, but sometimes when the draft, when your mid pick up
Radiant team ban.
teams are sometimes forced up against the back wall, or their backs to the wall, and sometimes they do decide to change out their mid play. So still some options available for BDN. Let's have a look at those next set of bans, and from that analyze what we
10 seconds remaining,
particularly with Safe to Leave.
Radiant team pick.
Axe, Juggernaut, and Faceless Void filling this kind of trio of heroes that have a relation to each other when it comes to drafting. That's how current meta works. They ban out their Faceless Void and a Spectre, so they've gone for 3 carries and a pseudo carry immediately banned out, or at least early game control with the Axe banned out. So they're limiting the pool for what could come out of Big and
10 seconds remaining.
Might go with something that we haven't seen for a little while.
5 seconds remaining.
We haven't seen. I'm trying to think what else we haven't seen in a little while.
Reserve
Lycan
time!
And Lycan, you know, within the professional scene, we're just starting to see in some of those lower matches that are not so critical, some of those top teams re-picking up Lycan for that jungle farm. So expect Lycan to sort of have this big resurgence in the next couple of major events. Maybe even after this current season of Star Later, you will see Lycan come back into form, ready for TI5. That's my pick, and so you know you see some of these teams playing them, picking them up again after having not played them for some times in the competitive scene. So that's an option there at least for DBN. But I'm going with Luna at this stage because I do feel as though Luna could work really well up against
Dire team pick.
These are heroes that are not particularly durable in terms of tankiness. Yes, of course the Healing Wood is going to be able to keep Juggernaut up, but he does suffer from having a low hit pool, just like PA, which is a hero that BDN could go for. PA more in favor in terms of the meta than we see with a lot of other carriers, but I don't know if it synergizes as well as with the team. They've got initiation with Storm Spirit, they've got Lion for a babysitter or into a tri-lane. Tidehunter most likely taking up an off-lane position, and we see that happening pretty much exclusively
5
for
seconds
Tidehunter. You don't very
remaining.
often see him now fulfilling a a fourth role position into a tri-lane. We see him playing third position.
Radiant team pick.
Tidehunter most likely going to play that offlaner. Ooh, safe to leave. Anyone who knows my cast know that I'm not a big fan of the Phoenix. I do not think he, since his significant nerfs that he's had, I do not think he's a competitive hero to be playing in lanes. He does have potential to control the lane. He has that dive, he has the Icarus dive, he has the egg, and you know, if you combo it really well with your laser beam, you can kind of, you know, have really good early game impact or mid game impact.
10 seconds remaining.
He's very susceptible to burst damage heroes like Lion.
5
Lion
seconds
is an example of a
remaining.
hero that just decimates Phoenix. So you have to be careful in terms of safe.
Reserve
safe
time.
STL have to decide how they want to lane this and how they're going to get distance for Phoenix to be able to basically outlive a Lion ult or not be burst down with an Lion Storm Spirit combo, because he will just end up being fed on. He'll end up being the #1 death ratio if he's not careful. Vengeful Spirit can at least swap in or swap out some heroes, maybe save Phoenix or get some good position.
10 seconds remaining.
Initiation, but it's going to come down to Phoenix.
Dire team
the abilities
pick.
in the right order. That I forget what it's called. I always forget. The Fire Spirits are going to be very critical when you're going up against some right clickers. At the moment, the intel damage coming out of DBN, they don't have an agility right clicker in terms of their carry, so that's not going to be as effective. It will slow down Storm Spirit, but he's still going to be bursting you down the same as Lion. So going to be very careful with the Phoenix. Now rolling over into the last ban that we didn't with the bass bans.
10 seconds remaining.
Sorry there. That we didn't cover off for BDN.
5 seconds remaining.
The Lena and the Silencer. I can understand the Silencer. He's going to stop
Reserve time.
potential one-block combo pickup. Given you've got an Earthshaker and a Tidehunter, you don't want to be limiting those ults when you need them. So Silencer is a decent pickup for STL, but they haven't gone for that. I don't think that's going to fit into their current line. It could very well. Would have been a better pickup than Phoenix, but I don't feel as though STL are playing something traditional. So Silencer maybe not. Lena, I definitely don't think they would have picked up Lena. I don't feel as though Lena would fit into the line. It would have been a great counteraction to a counter reactive kind of thing to Lion, and it would also give the team or the Phoenix a little bit more breathing space. That stun, the combination to be able to dual stun as well as burst damage from Lena will help Phoenix outlive certain situations. So he can actually initiate with Icarus dive into an egg straight away. The team goes onto that egg, and then you can sort of throw a Laguna Blade as well as the stun from Lena, and then followed up with the Dragon Save. So there's some combination that could have happened there. So there's a smarter ban.
Radiant team
But I don't
ban.
think that's what STL is going to look to pick up. They've got something in mind, and they follow up the Phoenix with an Undying pickup. And there we go. We're starting to see some synergy happen here. We've got Undying, who's going to be able to slow the troops down. He's going to have the Gravestone. You're going to have the egg, and you're going to have heroes
10 seconds
having to make a decision
remaining.
between running and being slowed by the zombies, or trying to turn on the egg and trying to do enough damage quick enough while
Dire team ban.
greatly read by STL in terms of drafting. They're hitting all the marks. They've got a tanky hero to be able to be the initiator or counter initiator. They've got Phoenix to do the counter initiation purely, or at least the single lane hit pick off, especially if Vengeful Spirit swaps them out.
10
And
seconds
Juggernaut does the late
remaining.
game carry, so they're hitting all the key notes. It's going to synergize a little bit.
5 seconds remaining.
Peak at what times in the match? By DBN, and they have the wombo combo, which is tight,
Radiant team pick.
and now they'll be looking for another hero to round this off. It is going to be a carry. We see both Drought and Queen of Pain being banned out. And that was I said that earlier on because I thought that, you know, to counteract the Storm Spirit's level 6 to mid game control of the rune, you could get early level control with the runes with the Queen of Pain blink or with your puck and shut him down.
10 seconds remaining.
Rune control and hope for rotations from your team because Storm Spirit
5 seconds remaining.
Well, in the early sort of pre
Dire team pick.
so it's a good chance to pick him up a few times and that will slow his farm down. So, you know, I think Queen of Pain would have been a great pickup. So that's a wise ban, but safe to leave banning at Drow. I don't feel as though Drow would have fit into this team. They already have a mid player in the form of Storm Spirit. Yes, they could have put Drow into a trial lane with the 2 melees, but they've gone for Terrorblade, a hero that is just still kind of broken a little
10
bit.
seconds remaining.
The burst damage out of Terrorblade is tremendous.
5 seconds
And when they combine that
remaining.
with an Earthshaker and a Tide Hunter, or in this case, Earthshaker and a Lion. To
Reserve
lane,
time.
That's a
Templar
fantastic
Assassin.
offensive lane. TA being picked up by STL for the last position. We'll go into a quick transition and then come back into the game and see who's playing what. Wouldn't be a game of Dota if it wasn't for a pause at the start of the match. Look, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the Anzac Dota 2 weekend event hosted by the Anzac 2 weekend guys. Just two of them pretty much running this whole event. Fantastic quality event, so shout out to those guys. If you don't know who I am, I'm Mikai. I'm the I want to say I'm the most popular Oceanic caster, but it's not true anymore. I mean, I'm known, I'm well known to a certain degree. I am the caster with the spectacular caster with the spectacular vernacular, but there's other casters out there now, so and I don't do as much as I used to. So greetings, I'm Mikai. You can follow me on Facebook, that we do with the facebook.com. What am I saying? .com/AmigaKaiDota, and also on Twitch under AmigaKai. Hit like, hit subscribe. In any case, let's have a look at these teams and see who's playing what on the side of. We're going to use the quick menu just because I'm going to cheat. Right, on the side of DBN, we got who can. I want to say Hadouken, like, you know, Street Fighter. It's not. Playing Storm Spirit. Smegma Salad, that's pretty gross. Playing the Earthshaker, Google Smegma. Pretty Tank playing the Tide Hunter, who exclusively played Clockwork pretty much during the NZN, so interesting to see he's not playing that in this case. He's actually fulfilling a carry position rather than an offlane position. Oh, I'm sorry, totally wrong. What did I say that? He is playing offlane position. He's playing Tide Hunter in the offlane position. We've got JC4 News playing the Terrorblade as the carry, the offlane carry, or the tri-lane carry, being babysit by at least Earthshaker and probably Lion once he gets there. Yeah, there we go. On the side of STL, we've got Vengeful Spirit being played by E2 Power, Tia being played by the Undying Honor. Here. Honor.
30 seconds to battle.
Playing Phoenix, Sunny Jim playing Templar Assassin, and Toe Jam Killer playing Juggernaut. Man, people got disgusting names. Toe Jam and Smegma is are not nice sounding nicknames. But in any case, let's have a look at the position from both teams. We do see here Tide is staying in range at least for XP or potential gank if he wants to go in the mid. But he doesn't really, I don't know if he realizes there's 3 heroes here. This could work against him. They see him out, they ping him
The
immediately.
battle begins.
Well, someone pings him.
Take that,
Yeah,
test
look at
triggers.
that. He to pick it up. Tide backs out, realizes that that's not potentially the best place he wants to be given what damage this trialer could be. You know, a stun from the Vengeful Spirit followed up by a tombstone, which he doesn't quite have, will give this Juggernaut an easy first blood with a spin. So he does need to play a little bit safe, and that Kraken Shield is going to be super critical. He hasn't leveled anything just yet. but that Kraken shell gonna keep Pootie Tang in range, being able to just shrug off a little bit of the early game damage and get levels. Or in this case, he's got for Anchor Smash, so he's going to be able to get last hits, but his durability is going to be somewhat somewhat early game. So very careful playstyle from Pootie Tang, given he did not pick up the shield early on. So he's instead gone for more consumables. Stacking already happening from Urshiga, or at least a pull here. For there's going to be an early game aggression. At least he does a pull through to the camp. If he misses this will be an early game push, which will just give advantage to Phoenix, who's offlane solo, and we've seen this in the NZN. It has not worked for any teams thus far. Offlane Phoenix. We've seen it in pub matches work really well, but in competitive play we haven't seen it work very well at all. So good pull through, but good control of the lane by DBN. This is just absolutely denying Phoenix XP. He's not getting anything just at this point in time, and he will get a little bit. It will come through, but it'll be slow. He'll be level 4, and he'll be going pace to pace with Terrorblade. But that's not what you want from your offlane. You want good levels, or at least farm to compensate so that he can come to the party a little bit early. You see, his counterpart Tide is actually having a decent time. At least getting XP, not getting last hits, although he's on 3 for 0 versus Phoenix's 0 for 0, so that's a good comparison there. Meanwhile, mid lane it is, of course, Storm Spirit up against Sunny Jim, the TA, and this is a matchup we've seen time and time again, and it's regeneration. It's the race on for the runes, it's the race on for the rotation, you know. Both these heroes are really good early game rotators. They can look for the ganks really and pickoffs really early. They both have the burst damage. The only difference here is that Sunny Jim has refraction, so he's going to be able to shrug off a little bit NML, and he's going to be able to shrug off a rotation for kill or a gank into the middle, whereas Storm Spirit can't. And so this is what STL need to identify. They need to look at the lineup that they have and go, you know what, Vengeful's such a powerful roamer. We've got Phoenix who can also come in and slow him and at least play some right clicks and help burn off those refractions. Oh, sorry, help burn down that Storm Spirit. So they've got some combination there to at least try and rotate and pick up the Storm Spirit. They do that a couple of times early game, and this is going to give TA a really good head start. They don't. They let Storm Spirit just go toe to toe and race it off with TA.
Denied.
And what you'll have is a Storm Spirit that peaks early and has rune control. And it's one thing that TA does need. She does need that rune. She does need that bottle control, that rune control in the mid lane in order to rotate effectively. Once she gets like a DD or a bottled up haste, she can easily start looking to pick off and rotate, but without those runes, she can't, and she has effectively as a Storm Spirit who can just ball in. So that's how it works. In 1 second, I got something to change. Back into it. So let's have a look at the CS and comparisons for the bottom lane. We've got Phoenix still sitting on only 2.
Axe observes carnage underway at Radiant's top tower.
Terrorblade sitting on the most CS, 16 for 6, and he's just free farming away. There's his counterpart in the top lane, which is supposed to be Jug. Unfortunately, he's only sitting on 8 last hits. Vengeful hasn't taken up anything, and neither has Undying. Undying has got 4 last hits, so in terms of the 2 tri-lanes, the Radiance is working much more effectively. They haven't been blocked out with camps with any wards. We've got a good ward here to see what's going on, but you know, look at this. We can see here, it does look like the Lion may just solo toe-to-toe with Phoenix and get a first blood if he wants it, but this is the weakness of an offlane Phoenix. Strong hero, but just requires so many consumables just to stay up in the mid game and the early game, and it's just easily picked up, so have to be very cautious. Interesting to see Tide. What's he got now? He picked up boots. He's got 2 levels of Kraken, which is what we want to see for an offlane Tide. You want to see Kraken generally first if you want to go for XP. In this case, he wants to go for farm. He wants to get that Blink Dagger, so he went for Anchor Smash first. And he's going to be able to now easily stay in these two heroes are not going to have the burst damage to drive them down, although she's not going to get to Wave 2. No, they're going to Wave 2. So Wave 2 is going to help at least try and deal a little bit to this Tidehunter. Follow up with a stun and maybe a spin, and you might just get lucky, but he does have boots and he maybe it'll shrug it off. Remember, bottom, they're pushing this bottom thanks to the fact that Terrorblade has got just so much free farm. Look how early this tower is. We're looking at a 5-minute tower. And that's the power of Terrorblade. Just absolutely destroying the bottom lane. Phoenix can't do anything. There's no reactionary TPs from the STL to defend this tower. So he's gone free farm, and then once he's got those level advantage, hi, I'm just going to walk in, I'm going to metamorphosis, I'm going to just rock down your towers with my illusions. What are you going to do? And unless you react to that, unless you do come in with the reactionary TPs, he is just going to take that tower, and that's exactly what's happened, and that's a good early game advantage. The counter argument, though, however, is the rubber band effect will take net worth of the total team into account, and of course, if they get some early team wipe or team engagements going in their favor, STL can pull this back quite easily because it's a rubber band Dota. So it's only the first tower. It still is very, very early, but the positioning here says, look out. This looks like it could be a fissure. Fire Spirits. Icarus Dive is not off for cooldown, so we could see him just get away with a thing with a dive, but I feel this is what's going to happen. A bit of banter there. They don't know who Ainsley is, the chef that's in the DBN. Nonetheless, yeah. So as we pause, let's have a look at an analysis in terms of what I would do. In the bottom line here, we've got Earthshaker just going to go for the stun. We know that there's the potential to burst him down quickly if we can. A stun and maybe reposition myself for another stun when he does dive, or when he does dive away. Come on in and just sort of right click as much as I can with the Terrorblade and hopefully get first blood, and that's a good strategy. It's not risky. I don't feel as though there's going to be reactionary TPs from these teams. Let's have a look. TA doesn't even have a TP, so she's not going to rotate. She's not going to TP to the bottom to defend. We've got Lion and Storm Spirit here as well, so we could see a stun into a Hex followed up by Electric Vortex, which he doesn't have. But if he did have it, we could see the death of TA as well as Phoenix. So two first blood opportunities here for DBN. Top, on the other hand, is pretty safe for DBN. So all the positioning at this 4-minute 56-second pause is in the favor of DBN. So let's have a look at the aggressive early game items. It's only 5 minutes into the game, and we already have some boot conversion, particularly on the side of DBN. This is a very telling picture. Just looking at it, you can tell a lot from what's going on. On the side of DBN, boots. On the side of STL, no boots. And so that kind of gives you an indication as to how the goal is going for these teams. What kind of advantages they're going to have. There's going to be a little bit more speed coming out of DBN, looking at the gank or escape a little bit easier. The only person who doesn't have is Earthshaker, but that's what you expect from a 5 position, or at least a 4 position Earthshaker. I'm looking to pick up a Blink Taker, but given he's got a smoke and protection, it tells me that he's not going for the early Blink Taker. He's going to be playing a 5 support Earthshaker and just get a Blink Taker when he can. Lion, on the other hand, has gone for early boots, so it tells me that he's going to be leaning more towards 4 position, maybe picking up Ags where he can. Let's see, to be seen, it is early game in the match. On the side of STL, no boots. Wraithband before boots for Templar Assassin, just to keep those right clicks high and they get that last hits and drive up that CS. It kind of does work, but at the same time, boots are just so invaluable when it comes to positioning and pursuit as well as flee. So, going to be a bit of a risk here for the TA, who is the highest level CS farmer for STL. Juggernaut's not too far behind. In fact, there's only 1 CS, so they're doing reasonably well. But they're half the CS of this Terrorblade. This free farming Terrorblade being played by JC for noobs, and we know this guy. We know this guy from the scene. I'm trying to pick what team he was in. I thought it was the forthcoming, which was Dream Team, Tryptamine, which is a team that came second last year at Digital Nations in land final in New Zealand. But I was told within the lobby of this that that's not the case. He does have some kind of connection to those players. He does know them. He has been on sort of subbing for them in the past, but he was never officially on their team. I made that presumption yesterday, which was incorrect. At the same time, I also made the presumption with DBN that they were mostly DBNZ, or at least some part of the Ballers of New Zealand, but only one player has actually played for the Ballers of New Zealand. The rest are just friends that he knows. So these teams, they are relatively unknown in terms of their team performance. They have some individuals that are known to me within the New Zealand scene, but at the same time, they're just kind of new guys rocking it up. So, oh wow, shout out to Holy Hexor, who does not like that guy. His content is fantastic. He always produces fun. Okay, so if you don't know who Holy Hexor is, a guy makes like funny gag type things, and he also casts. Shout out to D&D. As we take this pause, let's have a look at least net worth. It's only 5 minutes into the game, but we've already got a 2,800 net worth Terrorblade, as well as a 2,000 net worth Storm Spirit, and 1,800 Juggernaut. Team experience plateaued on 1,000 for the last 5 minutes, in advantage of DBN. Net worth immediately pinnacling up as soon as the game is really underway. They've now got a 2,000 over 2,000 gold advantage for a 5-minute match, which is not too difficult to overcome. You know, get their first blood, get a couple of kills, all of a sudden you're on top. So it is early game. We could see. What can we see? We could see some combinations. Let's look at the combinations of these teams and what players can play well. On the side of STL, we've got a Juggernaut. Obviously, the Juggernaut Vengeful is a very clear combination of heroes that can work out, as well as Undying with the slow. The Egg, on the other hand, that can kind of work a Juggernaut a little bit well with his ult, with his spin, or with them coming in, or at least the Egg and the Juggernaut ult going off at the same time can create some confusion as to what they should do. They don't want to stand still. They're being Omni Slash, but at the same time they can't just stand there because the Egg's about to crack off. And once the Egg cracks off, if it stuns anyone, he can go from Omni Slash straight into a spin. So a bit of synergy there. TA, unfortunately, is the one that's kind of left out of their kind of team. It's like the outside pick, because TA, in terms of natural synergy for any of these other heroes, doesn't really fit as well as, say, the Juggernaut or the Undying or the Vengeful. Yeah, there's some synergy there because there's a stun and TA can just right click, but it's not natural. But you know, at the same time, TA doesn't naturally synergize with a lot of heroes either. The Meld's going to help out with good rotations if she wants to, but it's just kind of really just a selfish single player non-team sort of hero. Whereas on the side of DBN, a lot more synergy. I feel this could work a lot better for them. The Lion and the Ravage that can come out of Tide just synergizes with everything, and particularly Metamorphosis and Echo Slam. Those two abilities are going to just come into play quite rapidly, quite early, particularly that Metamorphosis. We've already seen how much damage you can do to towers. Storm Spirit with his initiation will at least look to pick off, and if I was him, they'll be looking to pick off the Juggernaut where as possible. TA is the secondary target because TA's farm hasn't been so good in the mid lane. You should be able to tell that if you're the Storm Spirit, that I've kind of shut down the TA a little bit. That's what we expect pre-6. No, other way around. We expect rotations and TA to get an early game advantage, but no rotations have come so far within the 5 minutes. Everyone's back in. It looks like we are going to resume. Apologies for that pause, and hopefully you are slightly entertained while I dry my parched lips at this 5-minute mark. There we go. There comes some right clicks. There's the stun. It is going to be him. Icarus Dive is going to come out, but he gets killed. First blood, exactly as I said. Position slightly off a little bit for a second, but they did get their first blood.
The red mist closes in.
The reflection stopping the Icarus Dive. Didn't realize it did that, but it's stopping the Icarus Dive so he couldn't get away. And they obviously thought that through. They were in the pause phase. So nice extra gold boost for DBN, who did do so well 2 nights ago against Streamline, but they have done reasonably well through their brackets. I think they're sitting in the if they win this, they're obviously in the top 2 for their bracket. But
Dyer's bottom tower is
really
taking many wounds.
Yeah, only really Streamline has been a problem. It's just the nature of it. I guess Streamline's a pretty strong team. Stormspirit wants to play aggressively against TA with the refractions. She's got no mana now. She has no bottle. She cannot replenish those refraction charges. This is a good indication that you should look to rotate on her and pick her off early. You know, this is almost worth a dive because she's only got 700 hit points. Half of that can come just straight out of line from a stun and a right click. And Stormspirit, once he balls in, no electric vortex though, so he can't secure the kill. And yeah, reflections, no mana. So this is potentially another kill here. There we go. There comes the stun. Out comes the Earthshaker as well. Look at that. That's an easy kill. Meld coming into play in the last second. They want to get the kill though. Ward being dedicated for that. So well executed, but also well thought out from DBN. They thought, hey, if somebody dies, we can go on this. They also get tired of killing on the top lane. Tide gets a kill. I'm not sure how, because this lane Tide should be getting killed, but he does get a kill. They make it 3-0 and a commanding lead for DBN. Can they go for their magical 10-0 mark before the 10 minute mark? We've only seen that a few times before. Stormspirit coming in as well, wants to try and initiate. This is going to be initiation on Juggernaut. He gets stunned out. Great stun from Earthshaker. He's just been so on target so far, and that's 4-0. 6 more kills to make that magical 10 before 10. And they can do it with the team that they've got. Can they begin to steamroll? This is the key here. The Earthshaker with those fissures has just been spot on every single time, and he's now chasing. He's now really driving them and driving them back. He does cut off he does cut him off. This is the kill number 5. There's 5-0.
Much like
37 minutes. They can potentially go for their 10 for 10.
top tower is
Mythical,
under attack.
magical 10 for 10. 14 minutes in a competitive
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
And look at this. They're immediately going to mid. They've realized that they've just farmed up top. Top is going to be a little bit defensive there. In fact, they're going to take some time to get back to lane. So they want to waste no time at all and give some space to the Stormspirit so that they can extend their lead that they already have. And who's got the kills? 2 for Earthshaker, 2 for Tide, and 1 for Stormspirit. Poor old Terrorblade's got none so far. And what's he doing? He's just kind of casually jungling while he goes back to base. And look how farmed he is already. Already got a ring over Queller. Have got converted boots into treads. Now boarding towards a Yasha straight away. I'm thinking it's a Yasha. It's a Yasha. And so that's going to give him some extra right click as well as speed and catch as well as dive and initiation. Because speed boost is the key here. And let's have a look at this boot conversion to get those boot situation for the other team here. They've now finally caught up with booted boots, so they're going to be on par at least with the inadequacy of speed. But once that Yasha comes online, it's a different game altogether, particularly for the Terrorblade, who can just not only right click it away, but chase and dive as well as look for escape.
Radiant's middle tower is under
3-man
attack.
rotation. Here comes the poor old Phoenix. It's going to be cannon fodder, and he gets decimated by good execution from the Stormspirit in the line, who rotated effectively out of vision because there were no wards here. To be off laning, and he's just like easy pickings, bros. It's 6-0. They're not going to make the magical 10 for 10, but they're at least 6 kills up. STL having a terrible game so far. They can't come back. They do have
Radiant structures are fortified.
Crazy things happened before with Gary's.
The red mist spreads at Radiant's middle tower.
They can explode a lot quicker, same as Juggernaut, than say a Terrorblade or a Stormspirit, who do require farm into the intel items. They just pick up a couple of right click items.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like Lion is going to go. This could be the first kill for STL. Lion does go down. Icarus dive coming just to try and
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
4 rotating in to get a kill on Lion.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Use of,
Super Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
But it doesn't matter, he got a tower, so there's 2 towers. You might say that was a bit of a noob play, but he wanted to guarantee that tower. He wanted to make sure, hey look, I've got no gold, I've spent it anyway. Or at least, oh lag, here we go. He's trying to justify some craziness.
He's under attack.
Maybe he thought he was going to die anyway. In this case, he just got lagged, he's got the tower, he's died. Counters out the fact that he died. But
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for certain.
Earthshaker just rocking it out. You know, nobody slams it out like the Earthshaker picking up a kill and another
Dire's
kill.
middle tower is under attack.
You would, by the kill ratios, you'd say it's a carry. It's a carry. This is just destroying. But net worth wise, it is just terrible.
Killing spree!
Oh man, missing all these kills all over the show. Storm Spirit into a little bit of trouble here. He looks to beat the retreat, feet and corporate retreat. Here comes TA. She wants to get some clicks. She might be able to get some clicks. There's some creeps there too from the tubes. And there's any a nice trap. American looks to try and get away. Lion wants to come in. Stun's just a little bit off out of position. Does not capture them, and then Lion just backs the hell out because he realizes I'm in a bad position. Tide is here as well. He does not have. Oh, Ravage already committed to a kill in the top lane, so it's now 8 for 3. That massive lead that DBN had before, it's kind of dropped off a little bit. We do see STL coming in form and at least rotating or trying to kind of salvage the situation a little bit. I do feel as a little bit for DBN, though. I feel as though they should have got that 10-15. Back to what I was saying about TA. TA, PL, anti-mage, these are the kind of heroes
Radiant's
that,
top tower is under
even though
attack.
you're way behind, if you get the farm on, funnel the farm effectively into them, you can just come back just like that. A couple of team fights, a couple of pickoffs, and you're back on par in terms of a team. So, not over Rover. Storm Spirit gets an invisibility.
Dire's bottom tower
There's a double
is
start.
under attack.
Jim is into for trouble. Out comes the dust as well. They want to get it. Lots of commitment to make sure that he dies. It's 4 heroes. It is a kill. Pretty Tag picking it up this time, and now they're going to push the tower. It's the last potential lane if they really want. Because with us, we've got a tier plate. If he really wants, he can just start knocking on the tier 3 while they drive up the mid lane. So they don't even need him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A redundant hero at this point in time, and he knows it. So what is he doing? He's just farming it up. And
Dire's
with that
middle tower has fallen.
comes this effect that when he does start to join team fights, it's going to look bad. He's got Juggernaut here trying to ping him out. He desperately wants to dive on him, but he knows that he's got illusions as well as creeps that eat up some of those Omni-Slash charges. But the rest of DBNZ is coming in, or the DBN, they're coming. There's the initiation. It looks like it is going to prick up the Lion. He's dead. Good Lion. Juggernaut, not Lion. What am I saying?
Double kill.
But it doesn't matter because they get a double kill and it's now 11 for 3. A massive commanding lead for DBN. The last remaining
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thanks to these illusions with the
Like that. The
glyph
Dire
being used, why
structures
not? It's a
cannot be
free
hurt.
glyph. It's going to buy you 3 seconds.
Dire's
Can
top
them
tower.
STL
Dire's
compose
top
themselves?
tower has
Can they
fallen.
regroup? Can
Are
they
you going
find
to do something
their
about
mojo
that?
and look to team up? Because this is the ideal situation. Team with a commanding lead, getting overconfident, pushing beyond their limits, not waiting for the creep wave and not positioning themselves correctly, feeling a little bit lazy because they're just pub stomping, and all of a sudden they get wiped because of their complacency. So STL just looking for those openings where they can potentially find them. As damage comes down to the top tier 2 tower, the second potentially to drop out of the 3, the 1 left remaining untouched.
Much like cordwood before axes
psychologically,
Dire's
you can
top
see STL
tower is
scared.
under attacks.
Oh no, here comes the initiation. Here comes the stun as well. It could come through. They want to back off. Hex is added out. The team is coming up to the high ground. They back off. Both teams looking on engage. Out of position. Hero Linda gets picked up. There's down goes Phoenix. Like I said in the draft, Phoenix is just going to be
under attack
all day, and this is exactly what I was expecting.
Dire's top
Phoenix
tower
not
is
an
under
ideal
attack.
hero, not a hero you see
Dire
right
structures
away. This is
can take
almost
all the
same thing
hurt.
about
Radiant
same
war
result.
has
Pretty much
come to
every match
Radiant's
across the
bottom
board.
tower.
Phoenix
Dire's
last
top
spring
tower is under attack.
out of position,
Heaven
dies,
or hell.
lies too much on the
Dire's
first
top
survival,
tower
so.
isn't one of them.
TA wants to get some farm, is getting outranged because the position of the Radiant inside the Dire jungle means that she can't get there effectively without risking it, and Juggernaut potentially going to be out of position. Ping's going straight down. There's an Undying as well as a Tide. He has a Ravage, but he's just going to be defending. Cool, walked out. He blinks away.
Yes.
I'm going to follow this guy because it feels like he is going to be the critical initiator. Pretty Tank is playing exceptionally well all through the number of events we've been casting in the last couple of months. So he's got a blink, he's got a ravage, and the team is looking like they're going to come in. And this is a good chance for him.
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for certain.
You can see on the minimap they are looking to come wrap around. Picking up the bounty storms for activating the illusion room. They are going to look to go through the jungle potentially and come in with the initiation of Booty Thing. Where is the team? That's all they need is the team, and they can make it good. They can make hay. They can totally make hay. Lion is here. Everyone is here. This is a team fight for the day. Oh, nice knockoff by Earthshaker. It counts off two. There comes the big ravage. This is a 3-man vibe. There's no escape for Undying. This is the big money for DBN as they take out 3 kills. Easy money. So easy. Could have done it in their sleep. You can see just from the position of Tide, this is what they were looking for sometimes. Oh, Juggernaut, he may go down as well. He overextends. He has no space here. Lion comes in with a hex as well as the stun. Dust comes up. They want to build down these refractions. She brings out. This could be turned if they really wanted to. They don't have the damage. There's only 2 heroes up really with abilities that can drive down the damage. They instead rock out as 4 and they push down.
Dire's middle tower
coming in
is
as well.
under
This is a
attack.
tower. This is really a tower. This is the power of Terrorblade. Everybody's kept on pushing. And here we go. Here's the he picks in. Then comes in Tide as well. He wants to at least buy some space. They try and drain him mana. Out comes the damage. It's a kill onto Undying. In comes the egg. Nice pickup for DBN.
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be.
Wait, it's one
That
death.
is for certain. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
TA desperately wants to try to go a 3-1. Can he make it another kill? No, the blink. He gets away. Meanwhile, ignoring the mid lane. Hala Mandala, they're pushing up to the tier 3 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under
The
attack.
graphs say it all, the kill count says it all, the items say it all. Let us not say the
Dire's
unspoken
middle
words
tower
just yet.
is
As
under
the tier 3
attack.
tower takes damage, metamorphosis as well. This Booty Tank laying the law down. STL has no defense here.
If
They cannot
Dire's
mount
middle
it.
tower
They're too
was
busy
worth a
chasing.
damn, it would still be
Chasing
standing.
rather than defending, and it looks like this tier 3 is going to go down. It's not over yet. Pretty taking some damage out, comes slow. A couple of right clicks coming through, but he does have full stuff. He does have blink. He blinks away. Ha ha ha. YOLO, he says. I'm going to take your tower and blink away. What are you going to do? And that's kind of what I was expecting from this match so far. It's unfolding in a way that I was expecting. STL, the relatively lower, less unknown team, versus DBNZ, DBN, who have players from DBNZ, Ballers of New Zealand. So it's kind of expecting a game that's going to go in their favour, at least for the offlane with Tide. Pretty Tang has never let me down so far, so good to see that he's a true performance. Lion goes in with the stun as well as the finger of death. This is another kill. There goes the initiation. This is a bit of a stompy situation in the middle. It's now 20 for 4. 20 for 4. 2-0. Up against not 1, not 2, but 4 kills. And that's not a lot of kills. That's a ratio of almost 5 to 1 against STL. The top half of the graph, the net worth is green. The CS, the current gold, everything is green, 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 baby. And only Juggernaut is the one being farmed for the Dire team. And they don't have a good team. They don't have a good team that can synergize as effectively as well with Juggernaut. There's some synergy, don't get me wrong. There is some potential here for STL to at least take a team fight. But it is, of course, down to the mistakes that DBN now make. When you're this far in the lead, it's the mistakes that will set you back, not the plays from the other team. So much so. There's the swap. He wants to come through for stuff, not the target, the stun. In comes the counter initiation with Earthshaker. There comes Stormsparrow. They go in. There's a stun. There's a gravestone as well as a Juggernaut and this on this stage, but it does not connect the way they want it to. There's the hex up onto Juggernaut. This is a pretty critical play because out comes the Ravage. They're not going to make hay with the Ravage. Right clicks come through. It does get a kill up onto I think it's named Terrorblade as they look to clean up, and everybody just taking damage 3, and can they get the 5th? And that's a 4 kill, ultra kill for Terrorblade. JC for Nuke, and now they drive up to the Rex. There's no tier 3.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
I paused for a moment, freaked out because I can't remember the hero that nobody plays, which is Terrorblade.
Dyer's middle barracks.
Buybacks being forced out of STL. They want to try and defend this. They want to try and at least do something. But this is going to result badly. I can see this being a kill here. This is going to be at least a game right here because this is not the position they want to come in. Earthshaker wants to come in. He's throw it up. There's a stun. Everybody's in bad position. Stun's going to do Earthshaker taking a lot of damage. There's a blink in as well to pick up the kill. It's one. Can make it a second. They need to for the buybacks that they've had in order to stay in.
Dyer's top tower is
and
under
they
attack.
drive back the assaults. They sally forth from the gate and at least drive back the attackers.
Dyer's top tower
Good
is
defense
under
by
attack.
STL, good critical buybacks to save them, but it may not work out because it looks like they're going to lose one hero. And there's a stun, he's slow as well as from TH. He comes over the mount. Storm's taking a lot of damage. He uses his stun, he's disabled to try and get away, and he pays for it with his life. That was not a good pickup here, but at least Tide picks up the kill. He gets, look at this, he blinks in, gets a kill, 4 stuffs out, and he wants to try and escape. And as much as he wants to, there's the stun from Earthshaker's not enough. Blink just being denied. Blink, oh yeah, nice. He needs that, but there's going to be the counter blink. She blinks across the to the secret drop. She wants to cut him off. She has the phase boots as well. She regrets to say, no, I'm not going to pursue. And he gets away. And this is the power of Kraken Shield, buddies. It's the Kraken Shield, what can you do, you know? And he's going into an Orchid.
Much like Cordwood before Axe's axe, Dyer's top tower is under attack.
It's only going to be a few minutes now before he has a double Ravage, and that is going to just decimate STL with their very soft, squishy lineup. So, we see
Dyer's bottom barracks are under attack.
Let's have a look, because I feel there's a big plays on their way. Big plays. Oh, look at that.
If Axe was a barracks, he would never fall like Dyer's bottom.
STL now in a bad position. They've hunkered up. They need to find their deep courage from within themselves to look to hold this. They're not bending a knee. They're not tipping out unless a team would have already surrendered, but they're just holding it out as the Phoenix takes a tremendous amount of damage. He goes down too. This is a 28 for 6 pickup for DBN. Oh, Ravage! I missed the Ravage play! How did I miss that? But it doesn't matter because TA, the reflections, they're not off a cooldown. There's a couple of right clicks, you will fall down. That's a 5-man wipe for DBNZ. Sorry, 5-man wipe for STL by DBN.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Z is confusing.
Like Axe, the Dyer structures cannot be hurt.
And they take the bottom set of racks, and that's it. This is going to be megas. This is going to be megas for the Iranian team. The Juggernaut's up, but he can't really make use of his Omni Slash.
Are under attack.
He's just sitting on well with Phoenix, and they're like, what are we going to do?
Dyer's
What are we going to
fallen.
do? Mega Creeps now, 23-minute match so far.
The Radiant now
with Mega
have Mega
Creeps.
Creeps.
Bonsai! And he goes, he's not egg yet. He wants to throw an egg. No, he's not going to throw it down. Out comes all the sap as well. There's a couple of right clicks. The Omni Slash is there. He can pick it up. The Storm Spirit going to go down. They're going to go and chase. That is going to be used to secure 2 kills. A 3rd kill, Turbo could get this. And it's 31 for 9. A massive commanding lead. Mega Creeps now. It's just a matter of time because it's so early in the game. Ravage being committed, connects with 2. This is a good pickup. There's the stun. GG, they bend a knee and tap out 4th on their sword. Sudoku, you know when you're Japanese and you like kneel on the mat and then you get out that little dagger and you thrust it into your gut, pull it to the right. That's exactly what has happened to STL. They have been absolutely decimated by matchup. And DBN progress. They're going to be playing tomorrow. This weekend could be theirs. They're going to have to go up against Click-Time, Streamline, and Team Howick, who are all very good teams. So now we've got a good top 4 who will take it out this weekend. Come back tomorrow night to find out who is going to play. Well, actually, everyone's playing, but who will progress today, number 3 and 4 of the NZ Weekend. I am Omega Guy. Thanks to the admins of the Dota 2 NZ Weekend. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, go to www.facebook.com/OmegaGuyDota. Go to Twitch/OmegaGuy. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me, see what I do. Peace out, guys, and thanks for listening in this very quick 28 match that was clearly the favor of DBN from the start.